All right, we begin the first hour of Fox and Friends with this. This is unbelievable. Anti-Israeli protesters find the Hezbollah flag in front of the New York Stock Exchange. Yes, the terroristic flag located in Lebanon. They're chanting also "Death to America" in a few languages while marching through the streets of various cities in America.
Protesters jamming up traffic for hours on the Brooklyn Bridge, some even burning the American flag. Look at that.
Meanwhile, on the other coast in San Francisco, 38 activists were arrested after shutting down the Golden Gate Bridge for almost 5 hours. Another group blocked several sections of the freeway around the Bay Area, brought the city to a grind.
And in Chicago, travelers heading to O'Hare International Airport were forced to drag their luggage down the highway after protesters completely blocked access to main terminal. 54 people were arrested there.
It's unbelievable that this is allowed to happen. I mean, this is a day also. It's not even a day in which, you could say that there was a bombing of relief workers in Gaza. This is a day in which 24 hours prior, the country of Israel was under attack and was taken out and blocked most of those missiles and rockets by fellow Arab nations led primarily by Israel itself, us about 80. And then you have Jordan and Saudi Arabia also playing a predominant role, as well as Egypt could have even played a role. But yet here in America, somebody's paying all these 20-something-year-olds to take the pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas, pro-Hezbollah side, which is insane if you know the ethics and the values that don't exist in their organizations and in their countries, even for Iran. What are they even thinking?
Why yesterday it was tax day, and they did this in honor of tax day. These pro-Palestinian protesters in these cities disrupting the economic logistical hubs in hopes of sending a monetary message across our country. That's why Senators Marsha Blackburn and Tom.
Right, you heard right there the latter part, the hypocrisy of that individual talking about these unethical countries and groups when America was built off unethical rape, rob, murder, extortion, thievery, very unethical. That's how America came to America to today. All right, and they continue to do it. They go into other people's countries as they as like economical hitmen. They offer you money in a way of democracy to turn your country into a certain way, and if not, they go in there with their military and steal all your resources, man. That's what America is, very unethical the way they deal with business, man. All right, but that was fair use for educational purposes only. All right, fair use for educational purposes only. All right, so with that, I want to, first and foremost, give all praises, glory, and to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to apostles and elders in Great Millstone who rule well, teach well with sincerity. And also, shalom to you brothers and sisters that's believing the truth wholeheartedly. Sincerely, shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, so as you can see there, you see, individuals, shutting down highways, stopping people, trying their best to stop people access to airports, shutting down bridges, to prove a point, that, burning the American flag, that's the sentiment of a lot of individuals, especially the Z generation. When they did polls and they did statistics to see how many people trust in America's government. A lot of the Z generation don't trust in this American government. Millennials on down, they don't trust in the American government. They believe because of the information age, because of the access of via internet, all the information that's out there and the disinformation that America spews out there, right? Because they have the audacity to say that people are spreading disinformation, misinformation, when they've been spreading disinformation, misinformation since they became into power, since all the way from the Renaissance to the time when they did iconoclasm. All right, these people are nothing but liars, thieves, and do anything, and murderers. Liars, thieves, and murderers. All right, and that's how they built this country. But then now you see people, they're getting fed up, man. And then you look in that comment section. I thought, well, look, and you can see, because this is Fox News, most the right side, mostly the red wing, um, conservatives. All right, and it says a lot of people, they're tired of it, man. This is people who are diehard Americans, the proud, the Marine type Americans, the proud Americans, we just the brothers and I, we just watched uh, the movie Civil War, and the country was split in different factions. All right, you had the Western Federation. You had the South, and I think you had the Middle East. I said the Middle East, the Northeast. All right, and which was like DC, right? But it was all split, and not just a quick spoiler alert. I don't want to. It was all split, and everybody was against it. So, but you had a scene where it was individuals that was caught by some military um, individuals, and these men was killing people who wasn't true Americans, man. Like Americans down to the core. Like there was two individuals that was like, hey, from Missouri, from Colorado. He was like, see, that's American. And it was, white Americans, so-called white Americans, right? Then there was another guy from Hong Kong. Boom, put him to death. You're not American. Another guy, he was from Florida, I guess, because Florida's a place where a lot of, different people migrate to, right? So the point I'm making is that's the sentiment of a lot of these people here in the middle of America, man, and certain parts of the South of America where they're so embedded into American pride, they'll die for red, white, and blue. They have that American pride, and then you have other individuals who are from America, born here, maybe their ancestors, they have come are immigrants, or however it may go, because everybody here that's even those Edomites that came here, they came here taking the land from Gad and Reuben, what I'm saying. So the Native Americans, what they were saw, and that's basically the Native Americans that was here, the so-called Native Americans. All right, but bottom line, you have some people that's the young generation. The young generation, they sick and tired, man. They fed up with the American government. All right, fed up with the American government, and people. The right is against the right is against the left here in America. You have people are just fed up with America. Then you have people that's standing firm for America. So that's that friction, man. That's when you think of that. I'm gonna grab a few scriptures. But we'll read a few comments and I'm gonna grab a few scriptures. Why is our country allowing aggressive behavior towards America? Terrorists burn American flag. Title fix. Burning American flag should be a federal crime. You see, because they was chanting DTA. All right. Um, and you had Americans, you had people part of the Islamic State. There was back in the those militia groups, so a lot of people are fed up here in America. These conservatives, right? They're fed up, you know. But it says um see, look what he says. Why aren't they thrown out the country if they're not American? Or if they are, they should be jailed. This is unacceptable. See? So if you're not American, you should be thrown, really even like put to death. And if you jailed, you should be put, and if you are American, you should get put to death or jailed. And if you aren't, you should get thrown out or get put to death. That's what he's really trying to say. I don't want to put no words in the mouth, but that's the sentiment of these Americans, man. Yeah, but go get some scriptures, man. It's a beautiful thing, man, and we hope these things just continue to intensify, you know, continue to get worse, that division, right? Because what the scripture says, let's go get this. We'll also get this. Let's get Matthew. Let's get Matthew 12. What it reads, I think it's 20. Yep. Matthew 12 and 26, it says, Matthew 12 and 25, it reads, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. All right. So when you have the right wing versus the left wing, you have different social classes against each other, different races against each other, all in this here in this kingdom, which is America. That's gonna cause it to be destroyed, man. You have people willing to die for their beliefs, man, willing to put it all on the line for their beliefs, man. All right, willing to kill for their beliefs. All right, here in America, man, whether they're for America or against America. All right, it says every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself should not stand. So this place is gonna fall, man. Babylon is gonna fall, man. Plain and simple. The fire's already gonna be kindled before those thermonuclear missiles hit this place, man. All right. And if Satan cast out Satan, he's divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? All right. So, bottom line, this place is being heavenly divided. It's divided with different ideologies, and it's to the point where people are willing to do whatever to keep their way, or to go against a way that they don't approve of, man. Plain and simple. All right, and you see the people burning like this. That's the people what they feel today, man. Because guess what? It says when the righteous in authority, people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, people mourn. People are mourning, man, because the wicked did nothing but just take advantage of the people, and that's what they do, man. They don't even do well to their own. All right, starting with the elites of these wicked elites, man. All right, and that's Amalek over there, and a lot of these regular American Edomites, man, they can't stand those Edomites. I mean those Amalekites, man. Those Amalek, man. All right, those because they know these motherfuckers run everything, man. All right, yeah. Let me go back to Isaiah 19. I'm going Isaiah 19. I'll just start at the top. The burden of Egypt, which America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right? Egypt, so we can, all right, so we can equate this Egypt here as America, all right? The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So yeah, when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Yahweh son Yahweh Shai, his only begotten son, and the angels, his hosts, they're gonna come and destroy this fucking place, man. That with the thermonuclear place missiles and the fire from the lasers from the chariots, this place is gonna be put to a burn. It's gonna burn like a oven, man. All right, it's gonna be on fire, man. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be the lake of fire that the scriptures talk about. All right, not talking about no perpetual hell, no perpetual lake of fire where people die. It doesn't even make sense. But yeah, so let's continue. I digress from that. Verse 2, it says, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. All right, and that's what's gonna happen. The Egyptians versus the Egyptians, the American versus the American, man. The people in the land of this place against one people of this place, and it's gonna be straight anarchy, man, and war. People just having no morals when it come to morals when it comes to killing somebody, man. They just gonna put you to death and think nothing of it. You already have that type of energy happening, because like what the scripture says, because when iniquity abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, and that's what you're seeing, man. You're gonna see militia groups, all types of. When this shit turn up, man, it's gonna get real out here, man. And guess what? Like they said, why do you want to arrest them more? They could, if they want, the American government can send their military and have it all if they wanted to. But see, they liked it. They have these agents or provocateurs. They like to see chaos because they want order out of chaos. Order out of chaos, if I'm not mistaken. But order out of chaos, man. Order from chaos. All right. Order from chaos. All right, and then I'll end it right here. Won't keep it too long. The last video I did, it was a little longer, but this time I'll make it a little bit shorter. Second Ezra 15 and 14, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another." And that's what you're gonna start seeing, man. People are not, you seen when the whole the Ragamuffin 19 happened, right? Guess what happened? You have people out there with their AR-15s, militia groups, out there, those true American, diehard Americans, and those the right to bear arms states, those red states. People out there like, nah, you're not doing this in my state. You're not doing this in my town, right? And once these people get the green light, when there's lack of authority, they're gonna be putting people to death, man. All right. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men," and that's what you're seeing right there. There's sedition, all right, among men. For in invading one another, they should not regard their kings nor princes. So they're not regarding their leaders of the state, the leaders and the kings and princes, the leaders, the government. They're not going to regard that. They're out there talking about DTA, and they live here in America, man. They want this place to burn, all right? And you would think, you like, okay, wow, so they want this place to burn, and they live here, all right? It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions should stand in their power. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able," right? And you're gonna see that. We've seen that in the movie Civil War. They have militia, they have military blockades, they have military checkpoints. All right, but then you also gonna have militia, people who with their own guns, people coming together. They're gonna have checkpoints, just like how you seen, just what we just seen in that video. They was blocking off the bridges, man. They was blocking off major transportation um, uh, routes, major transportation routes, and they was they was blocking people from going to the airport, right? 'Cause they understand the importance of transport, getting from one city to another. People got to conduct their business, their daily, their life. They gotta make a living, right? But in order for them to get to one place to another, or better than that, you have trucks and goods being transported from one place to another, man. So that's gonna stop goods from getting from one city to another, right? This is only gonna intensify and amplify. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna be more and more anarchy, man. This is putting a battery in that person's back that's at home. That's like, man, this is how they feel. But now they just need a reason to go out there, man, and die and fight for their cause, man. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right, and men shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right, because it's gonna be great tribulation. Again, it's all gonna equate to the famine, right? Lack of bread. You got the American dollar crashing, so it's only people gonna only have more reasons to protest, or to have. It's gonna be the uproars of the people, man. Uproars of the people. All right, civil unrest. Right, that's what the meaning of civil unrest is: the uproars of people, the civilians, man. All right. Yeah, man. So, as you see, go back to that. Things are only gonna get worse, man. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of what's to come. This is nothing. This is child's play. Just like even the movie Civil War, they came out. That was child's play. That was just a. That's not. It's gonna be on 10 times worse than what that movie depicted. All right, or illustrated. All right. So, um, yeah. So, you know, continue to watch and pray without ceasing. Stay girded up. Uh, and first and foremost, fear the Lord, man. That's fear the Lord. The Lord is the only one who's gonna be able to protect you from all this madness that's about to happen, man. All this chaos that's about to happen. All right. So with that, shalom to the whole full elect.